I am legally blind. I have what is called stage 3 retinopathy of prematurity, and for short, we say ROP. So no, it's not ROP. I love when people say that. But so basically, just wanted to chat a little bit about my progress and all that jazz, and something I use for my blindness. So I'll start out. This is my cane. It folds. It has a nice ball tip at the end. I think you can see that. Anyway, when I use my cane, because I haven't shown it a lot in the vlogs, because depending on where I go, it depends on what I use. But anyways, this is my cane, and it's a 36 inch, so I can comfortably put my elbow between my, like, in the middle of my belly button. So it has a roller ball tip, so I can just use it. For me, I do have one that can adjust, so if I want to make it a 38, it's so cute. I love it. But if I want, I love how I usually use my cane with my left hand. I'm not really good at doing it with my right. I mean, I guess I could, but it's harder to do. I do have another cane. It doesn't fold, it like adjusts. So if I do want it a little taller, I can. But I have been trying this for a very long time. And what I have realized is when I have a longer cane, even, it doesn't have to be like too long, but say like, I wanted it to be a 38, which would be a little higher than it is now. It may look really short, but if you see me using it, and even I can tell you by using it, whether I'm inside or outside, indoors, outdoors, I feel really comfortable. I was having an issue when I had a 38 where I couldn't walk as long with my cane because I do have cerebral palsy, so I get tired easily. And I didn't want to have the problem of like not being able to walk as long with my cane because it was hurting my arm, or it was, and so it's hard for me to move my arms and hands in a certain position for a long period of time. So say I want to go on a walk for like 10 minutes with my cane, which doesn't seem as long to some people, but trust me, for me it is. I feel so free and so good on nice days. Today is not very warm, so I won't be doing that. But anyway, on like 70-degree weather days, I will. I do it with different things. We'll talk about that in a little bit. But anyway, so I like to go walking with my cane and like around the neighborhood or whatever, and so like I noticed that when I used the taller cane, it hurt my arm, which made me tired quicker. And I was like, this is not gonna work. I need to be able to use a cane because I have been a cane user since I was 5 years old. It could have been I was introduced to the cane before I was 5, maybe, but I don't remember. I'm just being honest, I don't remember. So I had my first O&M instructor when I was 5, and I remember the little crook cane. Oh my goodness, I still wish I had that for keepsakes. I really do. But it was so tiny, and I remember being so excited about it. Anyway, but I've noticed like throughout the years after like high school and even during and after college, I used my cane, and so I finally got a 36 because I was just like, I don't know what I need to do. I need to try. I tried 38. I even tried 40 one time just because I wanted to. I thought it was cool to walk around the tall cane because I'm short, and I literally was like, no, I'm going to do it. Like, no other reason than just because I wanted to. That's just the truth. But I just decided in order to properly walk with a cane where I could feel comfortable and also use my cane longer than not, it needed to be at a height that was comfortable for me. So, yeah, so it's a 36 and I love it. So my progress right now, I have my purple glasses on. I still wear my other glasses, my brown ones, half the day, and I wear these half the day. Although we're getting into the stage now where I can wear these all day. It's gotten to the point where I'll have my other glasses on, and like, obviously people know I need them to see, but they're like, where are your new glasses? Even though I've had these for a while, they're still counted as my new glasses. I guess they're fairly still new. I'm still definitely adjusting to them, but I'm noticing a huge difference to where it almost makes me emotional like the first pair did. I've been to the eye doctor, I've been to the retina specialist, and I've been to my low vision clinic. Well, I've talked to my low vision specialist. Sorry, I haven't been this year because I don't need to go, but I've been and I've talked to Dr. Music, and my eye muscles are even getting stronger even as of a month ago. So recently in the past 2 weeks, we've noticed, and I say we because I'm legally blind, but then you have to remember there's people around me who see things as well. So I don't say this in where I depend on them to notice everything. I say that because they see things I don't see. That's the way it's always going to be. And that's okay. Like, you know, I see things through my perspective, but then when you see someone who's legally blind, learning how to see, I want to know what they think, and they tell me what they think and what they're noticing. And, you know, you can't help it when your daughter walks downstairs and they're like, your eyes are way open today. So, what does this mean for me? My eye condition this is what it means for me. For everyone, it's different. So I'm just going to focus on what this eye condition means for me right now and this time. Because the eye doctors and specialists, think that it may get better in the future, but we're also just focusing on one day at a time and focusing on right now, because that's my whole life. You know, like, obviously I would be ecstatic and happy in the future if that happens, but I did never think I'd get this far. So I'm just sitting here saying, you know what, I'm just gonna take it in. I'm not gonna ask for more. I'm thankful for what I have. I'm truly thankful for what I have. So retinopathy of prematurity, it's kind of hard for me to explain. If I'm being honest, I probably need to get better about doing more research. I mean, I do research, but then I read it and I'm literally like, what did I just read? Anyway, from my understanding, and I'm sorry if I get I'm trying not to get any of this wrong. From my understanding, it's basically where your blood vessels in your eyes burst, and sometimes your retinas can detach, and I don't know all the details, so I'm not going to go into it. All I know is, for me, my retinas are not detached because I am at a stage 3. If you're at a stage 5, that means your retinas are detached. They call it detached retinal detachment, and that's where either you see light and shadows such as a hand, or you don't see any light perception at all. For me, that's different. I can see, so with glasses, I can see really big, large print. I'm still working on the letters though, because it's like a little kid learning how to read print. I still need Braille. I will always need Braille. And I'm so thankful I learned Braille. Even if we knew about this when I was younger, I still would have used Braille. What I would have done is I would have done fluently Braille and then had the large print so I could read the print along, so I could learn, but I always would have had Braille. So just because someone is legally blind or low vision, which I'm under the category at the eye doctor as legally blind / low vision, so I don't, just because someone can see enough to read print does not mean they don't need to learn Braille. So I just want to kind of make that clear. But Braille is very important. So I can see big letters, large print. Eventually I'll be able to work on sentences, but right now I've been working on words. So that's a big chore for right now. It's going to take at least the summer, at least. And I can see like colors. It's hard for me to tell certain colors. Like, I know the colors look differently. Sometimes I can tell right away when something is blue. But like, if you're talking to me about like a light pink or a dark pink or a hot pink or whatever, you know, I can tell the difference. But it's very helpful for me sometimes for people to be like, okay, this is a light pink, or this is a something purple, or this is a, you know, whatever, neon blue or whatever, you know, neon green, whatever. Especially if you're showing me, like, when I got my AFOs casted, we're still waiting for them, obviously, but I picked out a light pink. But it was really cool because this is the first time in my life, because I had glasses, I was able to look at the thing where you can choose like your braces design or your colors or whatever. And I was overwhelmed in a good way, but I was like, I have no idea what to do. And so sometimes it helps if someone just takes away like 5 of them, like 5 colors, and be like, okay, here's these colors. Which one do you like? And I might say, can you show me the first 2 or the second 2 or, you know, the 2 in the middle? Because sometimes it's hard for me to separate them in my eyes and in my brain because they're trying to focus. So I can see colors. It's getting better, but I can. My favorite color is blue and pink and purple. Those are my 3 favorite colors. Red is easy to see too. So yeah, those are some of my favorites. And I try to make sure I don't miss anything. I know I'll do another video on this, so it's no big deal, but still trying to make sure that I don't miss too much. I can see the TV. I can watch shows and TV shows and movies. Like when we go to movies, my blind fiance, he can't see anything. So he actually uses the audio description, which is really cool because I was helping him like figure out how to turn it on one day just because I was curious. I've never actually used it. Like I know it's not that I can't. It's just that I don't feel like in this time in my life I actually need it. But I do think just because I don't use it doesn't mean someone who can see like me wouldn't want to use it. But I do think it's definitely helpful for people who can't see at all. So I'd say if you can see something and you're in a movie theater and maybe there's a limited amount of, you know, the headphones for audio descriptive and someone happens to be in there who's completely blind, I'd say save it for them. That's just me. Anyway, but it's really cool because, you know, he gets to hear the movie and they describe to him what's happening. For me, it's distracting, so I just need to watch it. But again, I'm able to see stuff on the screen. So like if I do have a question, I know how to hand gesture. Like my mom or something, she gets my hand gestures like, did that just move their card to the right or something, like, you know. So that's kind of the way I do it. I will always be partial to my cane. I know I have other different ways that I travel. I'll talk about that in another video, but I know that I have other ways that I travel. Right now I'm sitting in my walker, but it's because it's in my room. But anyway, I always keep my cane right here because that way I can just grab it and go. And let's see. So I can do that. I can see outside if it's getting ready to storm. I mean, there are things that blind people can pick up on if they kind of pay attention to it. But for me, I'm just personally talking about vision purposes. Like I have trouble seeing on cloudy days. It's not enough contrast for me. I cannot see with the sun in my face at all. Like it's too much glare. My glasses have a glare, so I can't, I have a very hard time like crossing streets and stuff with the sun in my face. It just doesn't, I can cross the street, but I can't see what I'm doing. So, yeah. But on like the perfect summer day when it's like sunny outside, but you know, it's not like way up in my face, I can see the houses. I can see, you know, I feel confident like crossing a street vision wise, obviously with my cane. I don't ever cross the street without my cane. I have crossed the street with my walker, but I'm just saying I've not crossed the street without something assisting me, just because that's a safety thing. I'm not saying it will never be possible, but even though it may be in the future, I mean, I don't know. I'm just saying like vision wise. I'm not saying I would go cross all the streets. I'm just saying like if my vision was ever good enough for me to cross the street and know what's up by without using a cane, I still wouldn't do it because I'm legally blind and that's not safe. And people need to know that I'm blind. So cars need to know that I'm blind, and so I'm not gonna do that. Anyway, basically I see a lot of things, but what my eyes don't see is detail. So I can sit there and watch a movie, but I may miss out on details that maybe you get, but I still was able to see enough to understand what happened in the movie. And that's just how my vision is. Like my eyes just clearly can't see detail, as of right now. I do not have peripheral vision. I used to, actually. I remember when I had peripheral vision, even like probably 5 years ago. I had peripheral vision. I only have central now. I have none. So if I'm like, so say I'm gonna move the camera and say the TV is this way and I'm sitting, on a couch, I literally have to turn my head, and sometimes it can strain my neck. I cannot see. I used to be able to do that, and now I can't. So even at the eye doctor, when they tried the finger thing on my sides, and immediately I was like, I can't see anything. So no peripheral, but I do have central in both eyes. My left eye, I do have nystagmus, and my right eye doesn't seem to have that, as we know of. And my left eye is my better eye. And sometimes it's hard to tell with my glasses on, but there are situations I do notice that my left eye is actually my better eye. But the glasses are definitely helping both eyes, and they're correcting both eyes. Both eyes are at a 2200 level with glasses. So without them, they're pretty bad. And so basically those are some of the things right now that I'm able to see with glasses. I mean, I can see people and I can tell, if someone's wearing something or whatever. But like I said, I'm gonna always miss out on those details as of right now, just because, I am visually impaired. Now without my glasses, everything has to be in front of my face, literally in front of my face. Like, if I take off my glasses, sitting right here, I would see the dresser if I was like, so I'd have to be like this far away. So that's not terrible, but it's also like I can't see it from this far away like I can with my glasses on. Without my glasses, obviously I still see light, I still see everything. I still see everything that I can see with my glasses. It just has to be really, really, really close to my face, which can be hard sometimes. Even though it's light outside right now, well, actually right now it's kind of been like on and off today. It's cold and decides not to be sunny, and then the weather decides to change. But either way, I still have to have light. Like, the more light, the better for me. So if I don't have enough light, I literally I don't do as good. Like, I'm tripping over things, even with glasses. Like, that's just, and I asked the eye doctor about that, and he said it's because there's just not enough contrast. I need as much contrast as I can have. On my phone, I always have my zoom on. It makes my screen bigger. My magnifier makes my screen bigger. So I can see photos and videos, and I can make them bigger. I didn't even realize I could do that until I wore glasses. I was just playing with my phone, and I was like, what? Like, you'd think I'd know this stuff, but when you are, before we knew, and you can go click on another video if you want, talking about my eyes and why this is still new to me. I have, I was misdiagnosed for a long time, most of my life. So basically, until I was with a different retina specialist and a different eye doctor. So, 2 in 1, which is awesome. But when you're completely blind, it's hard to actually pay attention to like magnifiers and stuff, because you don't really know. And so I think that's why whenever I was growing up, and whenever, my parents would be like, well, you're interested in that. That's interesting, because normally people who use these things, they aren't interested unless they can see. Like, they're just not. And so my mom was telling me, because she works in the vision field, and she basically says, people who are blind, who have no light perception, they're not interested in magnifiers. They're not interested in what, glasses. They're not interested in things that can help them see, because it just doesn't work, and that makes sense, because there was a time in my life when I told another eye doctor, not the one I'm with right now, another eye doctor who misdiagnosed me, he had prescribed this pair of glasses for me. I don't know what he was doing. I'm just gonna sit here and be honest. They were a +2. Now, I didn't know numbers back then. I know numbers now. I've learned, I've advocated for myself. I've been to the retina specialist. I'm like, what do these numbers mean? Can you explain to me so I know? Because this is something I could have known a long time ago, but I didn't, which, it's fine. better late than never, I say. So I'm thankful I know it now. So it's not like I'm upset or anything. I'm just thankful I know because I want what I'm talking about. He's like, basically, your glasses are negative 13s, which is super duper strong. And so like negatives are stronger than plus 2s. Anyway, so he gave us plus 2. We spent all these money on these glasses, and I put them on, and I was just like, okay, I can't really see much. But I thought, maybe I need to get used to them. So I went like a year or two, and I finally went back, and I told him, I was like, you know what, I can't see. I know I need to protect my eyes, because my eyes need to be protected. But I told him, I said, I'm not going to spend money on a prescription that's not going to help my eyes. This is not helping me. And he was like, oh, I can do one more thing. There's just one more thing I can do. And again, I'm not an eye doctor, so I don't know this stuff. So I'm trying to go along with it. I'm like, okay, it's like a plus 3 or something. I don't even know. It's like a higher plus number. And again, I try the glasses, I put them on, I'm looking around, I can't really see. And again, I'm like, maybe I need to get used to them because, I'm not used to trying to actually look through glasses. But I finally realized a few months later, I was like, these are not working. I don't have a problem wearing glasses. That's not my problem, but I'm not going to wear glasses just to wear glasses. Like, I'm not going to wear glasses just so someone knows I'm blind. If they work, I will wear them. If they don't, then there's no reason to do that. So I went back to the eye doctor and I was like, listen, these are not working. I'm not gonna wear them. This is the eye doctor who, diagnosed me with retinal detachment, Has your vision changed? No, my vision hasn't changed. So I thought that was interesting that he diagnosed me with can't see anything, but then asked me if my vision changed. So anyway, but moving on, I just was like, this isn't helping me. Whatever this prescription is not helping me. And then we decided to go see a retina specialist because at this point, I could see better without the glasses than I could with the ones that he had me. So I was like, I'm concerned about that. So that's the journey of how I actually ended up getting new glasses. And again, I have a few videos on that, and I'll talk more about that too, because I do want to kind of do more awareness about blindness and stuff, but I'm just, my life is about a lot of things, so that's why I do a lot of different videos. But so as of right now, my eye muscles are getting stronger. It used to hurt for me to open them, like even a year ago. I would have so much eye strain after having them open for about half an hour. I mean, I was like, oh my goodness. But that is just because, for years my eye muscles were not being used as they should have been. So, but that makes sense. So now they're a lot better. So I'm able to actually function now thanks to my amazing retina specialist and my low vision specialist. They're amazing team. The main thing for me is my vision is stable. So sometimes when you have RLP, your vision can be stable, or you kind of want to make sure your retinas are not detaching, or is something happening to make it a little worse or whatever. Thankfully for me, it's stable in both eyes, which is I'm very thankful for. Secondly, I'm not losing vision, which I'm very thankful for. And also, the thing that they had to stay on top of with my vision is number one, pressure issues. Because one time my pressure was at like 50 in my right eye. I was like, whoa. I don't think it's that way now. I had been put on drops immediately. But it was probably, it was a little over a year ago. So that was painful. But the main thing with my eyes is making sure that I don't get inflammation, flare-ups in my eyes, because I was dealing with cornea abrasions. That can make you lose your vision. And so thankfully I'm on eye drops as needed for that. I do not take them every day, but I will take them if I feel a little soreness in my eyes, like I know what it's supposed to feel like. And that doesn't necessarily mean that I have inflammation in my eye. It just means just go ahead and take it so it calms it down. I know if I ever had inflammation in my eye, because then I really can't see with glasses, and then that's, yeah, we had that over a little over a year ago, and so I thought I was in trouble, like in a way, like, oh no, I can't see, and that scared me. But thankfully, the eye drops helped, and honestly, that was kind of a miracle because I've been dealing with these cornea abrasions for years, and I mean years and years and years. And thankfully, we got them under control, and I'm lucky I did not lose my vision. So it really helps to be under the right care, the right doctors, and the right specialists. And also it helps to have a good heart attitude. You know, it's easy to say, you know, I can't believe, you know, this and that, and I'd love to just, and don't get me wrong, there are people I talk to and I'm like, I don't understand how certain doctors, don't understand diagnosis, or they don't get it right when they go to school for this. Like, and I don't try to be mean about it. It's just something, yeah, everyone has conversations. But you also have to have a good heart attitude and say, where's my heart? My heart is that I'm in a good place, I'm in good hands, and I can see. And I would have been just as content if I went in to my retina specialist and he would have said, you have stage 5, I don't know why you're seeing things. I seriously would have. I told my mom, I was like, I just want to know what my actual diagnosis is so that I know how to move forward and be, confident in what I know. And he did an ultrasound in my eyes and said, your retinas are detached. I thought it was maybe stage 4, maybe. He was like, nope, it's stage 3. So we got to get you wearing glasses. We need to get things going so that you can progress even further with your vision. So that's all about my vision, all about my eyes, all about my blindness and how it's progressing. And I hope you enjoy this video. So yeah, stay tuned for the next one.